What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Jay Martinez. Jay Martinez, the poet on all social media platforms, and I'm a spoken word artist with the Metaphorically Speaking Collective based out in Dayton, Ohio.
Beautiful. All right, so who inspires Jay Martinez?
Who inspires Jay Martinez? Pretty much the whole 90s era of hip hop has inspired me. That was my diet, my encyclopedia, my Google, my everything. Everything I was consuming all through the 90s, through my hardships, my growing ups, my teenage years. Hip hop saved me. Hip hop took me where I needed to go. It gave me what I needed. So a lot of my poetry style stems from that, especially that didactic, gritty flow of information that comes out. Really, that's what inspires me. And really struggle. Struggle in every aspect, especially in the hood and the ghetto community and all of that, because I went through a crazy experience as a child. So, I use that as inspiration, as fuel to the fire.
So what methods do you use when you write your poetry?
One method I use is I like to get into my meditative state of, cannabis sativa, of course. And then I put on hip-hop beats, mostly like lo-fi hip-hop beats, a lot of jazz, eclectic. Sometimes I'll play even old school blues, just to get that, tap into that spiritual, that was an era of real struggle where they talk about pain in such a beautiful way. So that lets me get into a flow, and I just start writing. I could start with a bar. I'll start with a bar or two, and from them 2 bars, I'll start evolving it into several other bars. Then you've got 20 stanzas. Then I may use that first 2 bars in the middle and the end. And from there, I'll create an entire piece. Once that's done, the writing is done, I practice emotion. I give it the roller coaster it needs, whether I'm going slow, whether I'm fast paced, whether I'm going, how I'm going to hit them here, will I be loud? Because spoken word isn't like music. I'm not accompanied by anything. I am the theater. I have to express, I have to show through emotion. I have to be the acoustic sound. Everything that is comes from just the voice. I don't have any accompaniment to it, so it's my job to make sure I display a picture through all of my movement.
That was a beautiful response. All right, so how do you manage to fit writing in with your other demands of your daily life?
Man, fitting writing into the demands of daily life. I take it how I can. Honestly, I've kind of trained myself to, if I'm at work, if I was at a factory job and I'm stamping down metal things, I'm putting on headphones or I'm putting on the beat, or I train myself to get in my zone at any given time, no matter what sound is going around, no matter how much chaos is going on. It's times where I'll just be in the middle of a public area and I'm waiting for something and I'm there practicing. Or if I'm around, I put on a lot of noise, I put on some heavy banging music, or I put on some hard beats and put it real loud and try to get in that zone and spit through that. If ever I'm working, I would work a transportation job when I was in school. Whenever I'm on the road or I'm on a van and I was driving, I'm practicing, constantly practicing, train myself to be, no matter where I'm at, to always be able to place myself in that zone. So when I get on stage, it just becomes easy.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. You have any advice to any inspiring poets out there?
Absolutely. Keep grinding. Keep working. Whenever situations seem tougher, that's when you should be writing. Whenever you down, that's when you should be writing. Whenever, something has happened and occurred, death in the family, anything like that, whatever you're feeling, put that down on paper. Write it to bars. Put on some music. Listen to other poets. Listen to music that'll help you in that moment. Whatever you need to do to get you out of that space, release it through that writing, because what's going to happen is that writing is going to inspire others who's going through the same situation or who may about to be experiencing that. You become a lighthouse. You're guiding people as an artist. You're bringing them through the storm. You know what I'm saying? So it's your job to take whatever you went through, your experiences, and help the next one. Always help the next one, because once you crack the formula, it's your job to create the next troop of soldiers that's to come and follow up.
What's next for Jay Martinez?
So my next project, and this was really pre-pandemic, but I want to have the largest youth Midwest poetry slam in the country. There is no youth poetry slam in the Midwest. I had attended Southern Fried, which is the second largest national poetry slam competition for adult poets, and it was like 120-something teams performing that, and we go against each other for a whole week. We was out there in Greenville, South Carolina, and when I went and I performed in it, I was studying. always the student. As an artist or even as a person, period, you're never going to meet the peak of education. You'll always be learning. It's too big of a world for that. So when I went, I was studying, how they do it, what's the score point, what do they do? I'm talking to the big people who run it. How did you get this funded? How did you do this? I'm asking questions. I'm everywhere. So my next move is collecting all the proper people to fit in those positions so that we can have a large Midwest youth poetry slam from Michigan all the way down to Indiana.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, you got anything you want to say to the people? Any social medias you want to shout out?
Absolutely. Really just the one, me really, Jay Martinez, the poet, JayMartinez, the poet, spelled correctly on all social media platforms. Also, we do theater shows for the past couple years called Metaphorically Speaking. Look up Metaphorically Speaking Dayton, all spelled correctly. We've been doing theater stage plays for the last 7 years, every 3 months for the city, and we put them on just for the love of it, and we like doing it. As an artist, you're hungry. You want to put out art all the time, so that kind of feeds our hunger.
Beautiful. Well, we appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
This is Vlad TV.